शोकेस करके दूसरों को टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स देते हुए आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगा मेंटर्स का एक खजाना और बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का साथ जो आपको हर कदम पर 1-to-1 गाइड करेंगे। यहाँ आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं अपने फील्ड या इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप्स, जहां आपको ऐसे कई लोग मिलेंगे जिनसे सीख के आप वो गलती ना करें जो वो कर चुके हैं। ऐसे लोगों की जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था एज एग्जीक्यूटिव्स एंड आर नाउ सक्सेसफुल मैनेजर्स इन देयर डोमेन्स, जो आपको आगे बढ़ाने में मदद करेगा। यहाँ आपको मिलेगा वो सही डायरेक्शन जो आपकी करियर को नेक्स्ट लेवल ले जाएगा। तो लेट्स अनलॉक योर पोटेंशियल टुगेदर। अपना कम्युनिटी में ज्वाइन करें और अपने सपनों की ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचने का सफर शुरू करें।
Good evening, guys. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Welcome to today's exclusive session. Just a quick note, if you're attending these sessions for the first time, I would like to start with a quick introduction. This is part of Apna Community Exclusives, a webinar series that we have been conducting for the last couple of months. We regularly host these sessions on 7 p.m. on weekdays, Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. and between 3 to 5 p.m. on weekends. So across these days, we have been covering various topics like interview prep, Gen AI, spoken English, technical skills, etc. So the main objective or the aim of these sessions is to help you grow professionally and help in the advancement of your career and get better jobs. So today's session is about career path for front-end developer. For this session, we have Rahul with us. Quick introduction about Rahul. He's a software engineer at Hinge Health India. He has nearly 8 years of experience. He specializes in React, .NET tech stack, and has worked at companies like Xclusives, Accenture, and EY. His expertise has enabled him to develop dynamic web and desktop applications while delivering exceptional solutions across various industries. Also, he has a lot of years of experience with mentoring freshers and working professionals. We're glad to have him with us today. Thank you so much, Rahul, for joining us. Just a quick note, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box. In your laptop or your desktop, we can see it at the bottom right corner. In your phone, there will be 3 dots option. Please click on that and there will be an option in call messages where you can use the chat box. आपको कोई भी सवाल किसी वक्त पे हो तो आप चैट बॉक्स का इस्तेमाल कीजिए. अगर आप अपने फोन में हैं तो आपको वो 3 डॉट वाला ऑप्शन दिखाई देगा, उस पर क्लिक कीजिए और उसमें इन कॉल मैसेजेस एक ऑप्शन होगा, वहां पे आप टाइप कर सकते हैं या जो भी चैट हो रहा है वो देख सकते हैं. We'll also give you an option to unmute yourselves while the Q&A is happening. वक्त वक्त पे आपको अनम्यूट करने का भी मौका दिया जाएगा. So Neha, I see that you've raised your hand. I'll just request you to please wait for some time. Let's start the session, and once Rahul takes a break, he will have a word with you. Thank you. Rahul, handing it over to you.
Thanks, Siddharth. So, hi everyone. Very good evening to all. Very excited to be here to take this session with you guys. So, I've just created a small presentation. I'm just presenting it. So, let me know if it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So today, what as told by Siddharth, we'll be talking about the career path for the front end. So if I understand, most of you would be like just graduated or about to graduate or have like little experience. So this would be like a very important and a good session for you. So end result for all of us is placement. Get placed and earn good money. So this front end is a very good starting point for that. So by front end, I mean like today, if we talk about previously, like I don't know how many of you would remember even sending a letter to someone. So now with the power of WhatsApp, आजकल हर कोई WhatsApp है. Everybody is on WhatsApp and it's just clicking, typing something and sending a message as easy as that. So with the evolution of this internet, everyone, everything has changed drastically. We are addicted to this internet. Thus, there is a huge demand for front-end developers. Now, everything is available online. Do you remember going to a if you're any small thing, you have an online site for that. If you want to order anything, rather than going to a sabzi wala, you'll just order it from Big Basket. You'll order it from Milk Basket. Going to Anywhere. If you want to watch a movie, you'll watch it on OTT. You won't go and stand in the lines of cinemas until unless you want to, but everything is available online to you guys. स्विगी ने आके सब रेस्टोरेंट्स को हटा दिया है. So with this we need a UI to help engage the users with that application. So that is the work of a front end developer on a very high scale. Now I'll be talking about in this session what all technologies are a part of front end. So we have some technologies that how you can become a front end developer. Most important question. So for that, I'll give you a roadmap of the path that we can take to be a front end developer. Post which I'll share a couple of resources with you, which I personally like, I have gone through, which helped me increase my strength skills to be a better front end developer. Okay. Any questions as of this point? Okay. If no questions and all good. Yeah. So how internet works. So as soon as you click anything on the Google, it gives you a result. You want to search anything, Google is your go-to place. So whatever you type into Google, you get a result. But how it behaves in the backend. So Google sends a request that you see here to a server. Google have their servers. These servers check on their database and DNS servers to fetch data. They have some processing here. They process your request, get all the data that you require from their servers, from their CDN, all those things. They get all the data. They random data they get. They create the data into something that you can view. So here they process this data. So they get the unprocessed data, they process the data, and they send it back to you with the results. This result, Chrome browsers know how to render, and it ultimately renders you this result. So a lot of things goes behind when you just do a simple Google search as well. So now we'll talk about it. So the building blocks for front-end developer is your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the most important thing which will never go away, because the browser only understands HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Browser does not understand anything apart from these things. So now what is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? So with a simple example, the brown dino danced. So HTML is your dinosaur. So the skeleton of the app is your HTML. Then you add some colors to it, you add some designs to it, you add some so I'll just go into depth also. These adjectives are basically your CSS. HTML is your noun, CSS is your adjective, and any action verbs, danced, is your JavaScript. So if we moving forward, so if you talk about HTML basically, so HTML is basically basic okay, if I'll just, what I can do is, just give me a second. I'll go to any web page. Let me present this. Any web page of your choice. Let's go to GitHub. Let's go to Git. Let open Git. So if we inspect this page, I'm just instructed in this. So if you see this div, all these divs, this p tag, all these things are basically, if you see, this is the HTML structure. HTML is the, as I was talking about, is the skeleton for the web app. The browser only understands these tags. So all of this is constituted of these tags only. Every tag has a specific purpose, specific significance, but these are the tags only which browser understand. Now, if I remove the CSS from here, okay, I'll show you. Let's select one. So I have selected this, for example. Okay, I have selected this. If you see, this is the paragraph that I have selected. If I go to the styles now, these styles are what makes it look like this. So if I remove all these styles, what I can do is I can remove all this style, or I can just go here and remove it from the head. 1 second. Let me delete it. Okay. Now you see, as soon as I delete, okay, it will be better. So if you see how this site look now, like now. So I'll just open it in two browsers for you guys. Just 1 second. See, this and this sites look completely different. But will you believe these sites are different just with one line of code? I'll just, yeah. Sorry, any questions? Thought we got
No, sir,
some.
no doubts.
Okay, okay, I'll continue. So
There's
as I
one
was
in the chat box.
okay, I'll just check on that. Okay, sure. I'll take it up. I'll take it up. I'll just finish this one and I'll take that question up. So what I was talking about in the front end, both of these apps, if you see, they have the same HTML structure. But if you see, these and this looks completely different. And that different is just by one line of code. That one line of code is the CSS. So I have asked this site to render without CSS, and this is using CSS. So if we talk about it, CSS is like the clothing. So every human is by default have a same structure. Just consider it is our clothes and our skin that makes us a difference. So if you see the skeleton, me, you, everyone would have like sort of similar skeleton. It's our flesh and our clothes that differentiators. So CSS is the differentiator. This CSS has differentiated between these two sides. If you see, you would see this is very bad. You won't
Hello,
like see
sir.
anything
I,
into this.
I have question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, which language is comfort for front ender?
Okay, so as I was talking for front end, you must need first HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the something you should
Yes,
be
sir.
very confident in. Afterwards, you can go for React.js, there's AngularJS, there's
Okay.
Vue.js. There are many frameworks that uses HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I would suggest you, if I go back to this, so we have a roadmap for you. So first, you need to
Yes, sir.
understand HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Afterwards, it's your choice. You can go to Angular, React, Vue. Many are there. I personally prefer and I developed in React.js, which is the most popular one. But AngularJS and Vue.js are also very popular in the market. So
Yes,
I
yes.
am
Thank you, sir.
doing React.js, but yeah, if you are inclination toward Angular or Vue, I'll support that too. Okay. So coming back to this example now, and again, what JavaScript is, if I click on anything, so if I click on up, not here, but for example, if you want to add animation or make this site responsive. So for example, if I see, if I have done it, it just resizes it. And for example, if I click on a link, I will navigate to somewhere. All these things, if I do some action, if I click download for Mac, something would get downloaded into my system. As soon as I click, as soon as I perform some action, something would happen. This is JavaScript, which makes the site responsive. So if I go to this site again, if I click any of this icon, I would navigate to some place. For example, if I go to PostgreSQL, I'll be navigated to their site. Here again, if I like list all projects, as soon as I click on list all project, these projects have been listed. As soon as I do a search on, let's say, hem, and I click on search, something happened. See, I got a result. All these things are JavaScript, which makes it responsive. So these are the three building blocks without which front-end development is not possible. Any questions? Again, I'll take a small break to check if there are any questions. And I'll, in the time being, check on this question. Yeah, I'll take that. As I showed you, Rishikesh. So this is a roadmap that I found very useful. So you need to first master HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which are the building blocks for everything. So HTML, if you ask me, you can take 1 week to master HTML. For CSS, spend 2 weeks, because you can never master CSS completely. But in 2 weeks, you would be very good in CSS. JavaScript, give 1 month, because this is the most important thing. JavaScript, give it 1 month, practice it, do it, and you will always keep learning in JavaScript. There is no end or depth into JavaScript. Then pick up a framework. So as I'm taking, all of these three are very good frameworks. So you can pick any of one of these framework. I am personally more inclined to React JS. So just pick up this framework, and then you can side by side. These all things would be somewhere required by you. These are not separately you need to learn, but on when you start doing small projects. So if I talk about Lodash underscore JS, these are small libraries which give you some reusable functions, which you can start integrating into your project. This is not something that you would all anytime have to go and learn separately. On the job, you'll learn these things. And see which technology and to go forward, data science, front end, back end. See, it is always your little bit of preference. Somebody would like front end development, somebody might like back end development, somebody would like data science. It will always be a personal choice. I would not say there's a very much scope in front end, there is very much scope in data science. All of these are the buzzing things. You would need to choose yourself. Just what I would say, how I generally choose is, go watch couple of lectures on front end, get your hands on it. Do watch couple of lecture on data science, get your hands on it. Once तुम अपने हाथ से कुछ करके देखोगे ना, you will get the feel that okay, this is for me or this is not for me. Till until if I say go do data science, you might, some people out of 10, 5 would like it, 5 would not like it. But try doing for yourself, and then you can decide. Rishikesh. Yeah. Chandan, you have raised your hand. In the meantime, Varun, yeah, I'll share some of the resources how you can start. So generally, I'll come to that part. I'll just share the resources. In the meantime, if anybody has those questions, Chandan, you have raised your hand. You can speak or type it. Okay. Coming to Varun, your question. Okay. So I'll just come back. So there are many courses. So today, with the technology, like everything is available on YouTube. There are a lot of free courses, books, website. There are paid courses. Everything A to Z is available to you. You just, if you want to learn, you can learn. So I have just listed out few of the courses in all of the platform that I have personally went through, and I found it very informative. So most of you would be aware about free code camp. So okay, I'll do it side by side. So you can just go to free code camp. Just see, it has a YouTube channel as well. This has a YouTube channel as well. Yeah, okay. Here it was showing. It has a YouTube channel as well, which also provided this bite-sized video. But if you want to like
Rahul, are you on mute?
Is it my bad? For some reason, yeah. Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, now you are.
Oh, my bad. For some reason, it revoked my mm, access file. Okay, till what time I'm audible? Was I audible?
I think you were searching for Udemy.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so I was talking about Udemy. So if you go to Udemy and search for a bootcamp course, so this course I was talking about is also a very good course that I personally have done. This helps you understand everything from front end to back end to connecting to a database, everything. It's 500 rupees, and it will give you everything. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee as well. So if you start doing the course and you feel okay, you don't have a interest in the front end development, you want to do data science, so get your money back within 30 days and go for data science course. So whichever course, buy a course, whichever course you feel you are more easily able to adapt, practice, do, go for that course. I'll share more resources as well. But yeah, any questions? Other question? Sorry. Okay, so as I said, if you have learning JS, so after JS, I would suggest you to start pick up a um, s- framework. So you go for React, go for Angular, go for Vue, pick up any framework and start doing that. Free code camp is best for us. See, I would say anything is best for no, nothing can be best. You might like the teacher teaching in Free Code Camp more relatable, or you might find a teacher teaching in Udemy more relatable. So it is all dependent on you. Every place has very good resources. Udemy, personally, I do Udemy courses, but Free Code Camp as well. They are bite-sized videos. They are full exhaustive videos. So it depends on you which video you like.
Okay, sir.
Are you going to provide any placement drive based on this course? I think Siddharth or Sneha can answer that. Chit, I don't have this information. Sorry. Web design. Web design is another great opportunity, Neha. So that if you're interested in designing and all, so you can go for a web designer course. You can take start making something on the Figma side, and this is also very important and very good course, web designing. Yeah. Anything? Any other questions? Okay. So I'll just come back here, give you a little idea about React so that you have some idea what React is. Maybe if you find it interesting, you can follow React, or if you don't find it interesting, you can find another thing that you would be more inclined to. So what React is, with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, yes, you can build up a website. But in today's competitive world, just making a website is not enough. So if I talk about two websites, let's say Amazon and Flipkart, both are very good website. But let's say you want to search for a product. If you see in Flipkart, you are not able to perform the search, or it is taking too much time to do the search and all these things. You'll quickly move to Amazon. Both of them are providing you same functionality. On both of them, you can buy for phone. For example, you want to buy an iPhone. So on both of them, iPhone is available for 50,000. So where you will buy it from? The app which is more easy to use, which is more friendly to use, which is more looking good. So if personally, okay, I'll show you some good website for design. As we were talking about web designs. So let's go here. Okay, I've just opened a random website. See, if you see this one, not a very good example. Let's just try opening one more. Okay, this should be some interesting. So Art of documentation. So if you go, some websites are easy to scroll through, easy to browse through, and some websites will be very hard for you to scroll and browse. If you want to find something and you try to find something and all those things, if you're not able to do that, or it takes so much time, you lose interest in that website. So what React and these frameworks do is make your creating a website process faster, efficient, more optimistic, more friendly. So these are the basic principles for these. So I would not go into much details how they do that. I'm more interested in what they do. So they have this component based architecture, virtual DOM, diffing algorithms. It is cross-functional platform. So all these things, how it is doing is not important. But important thing is you want to create a website. So one person is building it on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It takes 1 month. A smart person using React would be able to do the same thing in a much better performant way in 1 week. So you need to be smart. You don't need to spend 1 month creating with just HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You need to be the smart guy to create it within 1 week using React, Angular, or whatever. So this is a basic React code, how it would look like and how it would render all those things. So if I talk about the code size, so if you see, this is 1 page. This will render like this. Just this section would render like this. But if you are going to create this as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it would be like 5 pages. Your app would be so much bulky. With React, these 5 lines of code would be 50 lines in just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, guys. Something to look forward. Okay. So this is like technology wise. So now coming back, because this would be very important for you to how to learn. Always how to learn. So this is not only applicable for this, whatever I'm talking about front end. This is applicable for any technology that you want. You can go ahead. I have these are some interactive tutorials. If you just don't want to listen, so for example, if you go to, okay, I'll come back here. So in Udemy, generally instructor would be there. Similarly in free code camp, not in Coursera, but free code camp and Udemy, there would be an instructor. He would be like telling you something, in the meantime giving you some assignments. You'll listen, you'll do assignment and learn. If this is your way, go for them. But sometimes people like interactive tutorial. So for example, these are some websites where you can get bite-sized interactive tutorial. What do I mean by interactive tutorial is you would be coding along. So for example, it says if you want to move to the next step, find a missing word, or just complete this sentence, and then only it will make you go to the next page. So there are a little bit of interactions added so that you feel more involved in that. So rather than just listening for 2 hours a lecture, you are always involved in that lecture. Not a very big task you would have to do, but very small task. Something on the HTML, let's say it will just ask you a quiz. Okay, give the correct answer to move to the next page. So you have to just give that correct answer. So this is also one very good way of learning. Always. So I would not say this is the best way to learn, but once you have learned, there would be something that you always don't know or nobody has taught you. So if I'm teaching you HTML, I cannot tell you everything about HTML. I can cover up 90% about HTML. The remaining 10%, you need to go into these documentations and find out. Or if anytime you face some issues, you're not able to make sense how to move forward, then these documentations are very handy. So always go through the documentation if you have any doubt, if you have any confusion, if you want to learn more. Nothing better than the documentation. So these are the very good documentation. So MDN has their own documentation. I personally love the MDN documentation. So if I take you to MDN documentation, anything and everything you can find there. So they have everything A to Z in depth with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Means like anything in HTML you want to learn, they have this here. Anything in HTML, anything in JavaScript, everything is available. And this is the best documentation. You cannot find a better documentation than this, guys. Similarly, React have their own documentation. If you want to learn anything about React, go to their documentation. So as I was talking, see, they have their own tutorials as well. If you want to learn, there's a tic-tac-toe. It's an interesting game. Everybody has tic-tac-toe, zero kata. So how you can create your own game. They teach you how you can create your own game and just start playing it. Winero. You can create this actually in just 15-20 minutes, to be honest. If you know a little bit of React, not without React, but if you know a little bit of React, you can create this interesting game within 15 minutes. Okay. I'll stop here if there are any questions in the chat or something. Yeah, so Rishikesh, you would know if you are just using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it would have been very tough to do the designing, to keep the logic, and it would have gone, I'm sure, in couple of 100 lines. It would be for sure in hundreds of lines. But with this, you could do it in, I would say, half an hour maximum, bro. If you want to try it, give it a try. You'll see the difference. Okay. Web design 2020. Neha, see, job is something that very thing like sometimes recession hits, sometimes this hits. It is very tough to tell, but keep trying, keep enhancing, learning new things. There is always a demand. Just keep trying, you'll get a good job. Yes, if you want to learn React, you need to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript first. These are the something you would not be able to learn React without knowing these. Okay, sorry, I'm going up. I think so many questions. My PG diploma in web design in 2019. See, if you have a career gap, no worry, Shivam. Nobody is interested in your career gap if you're starting. See, if you would have done a job for 5-7 years and then you would have a career gap and then you would be restarting, there might be some question, but you are just starting. So for starting, it's never too late. Nobody would ask you a career gap or anything. You can just be honest. Always be honest in the interview. Tell them that first you are trying for government job, your whatever reason was there. Be honest. Tell them if you have good skills, if you have done it properly, they would be happy to take you. For any company, it does not matter when you have completed your diploma, your graduation. It is just you want to work, you want to learn, you want to contribute. So this will never stop any company from hiring Shivam, sorry. See, logic wise, Rishikesh, again, uh, as logic you required HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, the same logic you will require in React in a simpler way. So once you start doing it, you will be able to easily grasp and do things more quickly and proactively. Yeah, sure. Bro, I would suggest don't be so much scared. Apply for job. Start giving interviews. You will learn more and you will be able to get a good job. Don't be afraid. You need to apply. Don't think that people will not hire me because I have a gap or something. And this is for everyone. If there are other people as well who have some career gap or anything, it is not that much of a deal. If you have the skills, if you want to work, if you want to learn, people will hire you. Hope, Shivam, I have answered your question, or if there's anything on your mind, please let me know, Shivam. Okay, so Varun, after BCAC, you have already have the knowledge you have done in bachelor's in computer one. So sorry, uh, BCA is non-tech one, correct? If I am correct. No, BCA is no. This is technical only. Correct. Sorry, my bad. So you can go for MCA, go for a master's. My friends have done BCA, MCA, and are working in good companies. Or You can still start learning this coding. In BCA, you would have already learned a part of this coding. If you want to start working immediately after BCA, there is nowhere you will be stopped. You just need to have good understanding of these concepts. So MCA degree is not mandatory to apply for jobs. First thing, you just need to start applying and have a good skill set. Most important thing is having a good skill set. Degree is not that important. If you don't have a MCA degree, is not will not stop you if you have a good skill set. Any reference for web designer? To be honest, I would not be able to guide you exactly on web designing. I can say again, you can search for Udemy. So how I would go is I would search for web designing. Any course which is having a see, it is web development only, not web design. Okay, so if I talk about this course, 18,000 people have taken this course. So I would personally feel this would be something I can start with. 18,000 people have done this course and rated it 4.7 star. So if you talk about web designing for me, I'll give this course a try for sure. So that I can just start with it, something I can start with. Similarly, you can go and search for more resources on YouTube and all for web designing. So there would be again enormous resources for web designing, guys. So approach would always be the same. Uh, Go for YouTube, go to Udemy, search for like web designing. If I just go a web designing search, there would be some documentation. Mm, Google web designer. There's something there. Google web designer is also there. They would have some support, some documentation, something. Okay, this is a tool. Sorry, this is the tool that they are promoting. But see, Geeks for Geeks web design tutorial. So always just keep browsing. To be honest, I don't have the exact pathway for you to follow, but you can find the pathways. Search for YouTube pathways for web designing. See for if any video has have hundreds of case views, means it is a good video. To be honest, you can go and watch this video. You'll get some information, some path to move forward. Yeah. So Teja, your question is answered by Siddharth. Yeah, Shivam. So again, coming back to you. So as you have completed your web designing, I would suggest just start applying for the job. In the meantime, just keep increasing your web designing skills as well. So that what I would definitely suggest for you is create some couple of wireframes for yourself in Figma, some frames for yourself, so that when you are going into a resume, you can showcase your skills. So in our company, when we are taking the web design interview round as well, so we have they showcase their work that they have created. For example, what I would suggest you can do is like pick up any site. Let's say you pick up Swiggy. Okay, just take Swiggy for example and do some redesigning for it, so how Swiggy can look more brilliant. So and then you can say I created a sketches for a food delivering app. You don't need to name it Swiggy, but a food delivering app. I created some sketches for a food delivering app, how it would look like. Similarly, like Book My Show, event booking app. So you created some design for an event booking app. So these are as I was about to talk on this as well, I'll go back to the slides. So creating, one second, I'll just go back to the slides. So these books, online communities, always when you are learning, you'll get stuck up, you'll face issues, you'll face difficulties. So you need to reach out to Stack Overflow, this Reddit, these pro platforms help you. Because what today any issue you are facing, somebody would have already faced that issue and fixed it. So tap into these resources to see how other people resolve their issues. Then there are YouTube channels, some great YouTube channels for you to learn as well, and practice projects. So this is again, Shivam, for you as well. You need to create your own projects. So if I talk about this repo, let's talk about, sorry, build your own X. So if I talk about this repo, this is a very good GitHub repo which helps you create anything. So for example, if you want to create something in JavaScript, let's say JavaScript, I want to create anything. See, these are tough, simple to tough projects you can create in any of the language. So creating a project is a must. I repeat, creating a project is a must, so that you know how much your skills are developed, how much your skills are enhanced, where you are lagging, where you need to improve. So whatever you learn, you need to do your hands dirty in the project. It is applicable for all. Shivam, for you and for everyone. For web designing, create some projects so that you can showcase these projects. Whenever somebody asks you, you can showcase your work. That puts a lot more credibility to you. If people see your work, they would be much more inclined to know that, oh, you know things. So again, so if you want to help, these are the repositories and all. You can go start creating small projects. So for example, let's say I'm just picking a random, let's say JavaScript Gitlet. So it helps you create a Git like interface for yourself. So how Gitlet works, go through this. It, once you have the technology, go through this. It will help you create a project like Git. It helps you how you can create and all. Read through them, try to change these look and feel, all these things. You can play around with this code once you understand it. So Git is like a repository to save code and all. So you would be able to create your own Git. That's a great thing if you can understand how is it doing, what it is doing. Okay. Master's degree in data science. Will I be able? Yes, Kaustav. So no degree, again, no degree holds you for applying for any job. It is just you have a master degree, but you have an inclination toward web development. You can go ahead, apply. You will get a job, but sorry guys, nobody will stop you from getting a job. Just you need to crack the interview. If you are able to crack the interview, nobody is concerned year gap, nobody is concerned about your degree, nobody is concerned about your college, nobody is concerned about your city, anything. You need to crack the interview. And to crack the interview, develop your web development role skills. So if you want to put into this one, learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Angular, anything. Be good in that. And it does not matter what is your degree. Is it about data science? Is it about BCA? Is it about diploma? If you are able to crack the interview, nobody is concerned about your degree. See, Rishikesh, again, uh, I would say it does not matter. It does matter. Some companies are very well like you should have been good in English. They make it mandatory to have the round in English. But you can, as you are developing your technical skills, try to develop your non-technical, your spoken skills as well. To be honest, you would need to learn English. There would be, because there would be 100 companies hiring, then you would be restricted to only those 20 companies where English speaking is not important. 80 companies will be removed for you. I wouldn't say you would be very fluent in English, but you need to be such that you are confident to speak and understand English. I won't say be very proficient to get the job, but be confident in English, bro, so that you can apply for all 100 companies, not just 20. So be confident, practice. As you are practicing your technical skills, practice your non-tech skills as well. Okay. So Shivam, for web designing, if I again come back to this roadmap, sorry. Okay. So basic pillars are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. As you're talking about Bootstrap, Material UI, Tailwind CSS, these are all CSS frameworks again. So if go back to CSS, you can always write background color as blue. You can always add these classes and create whatever you want to make it look like. This Bootstrap, Tailwind, Material UI, just make it easy for you to apply CSS. So always you can pick any one framework, that is more than enough. And if you have done one framework, all other frameworks will be quite similar to that. So it is not that you would need to learn anything explicitly, or all of these things are very different. Okay. Okay. See, Kunal, very good point. Consistency is the most important key, bro. You need to be consistent. You need to always, every day, practice something, learn something, because this is a fast evolving market. You cannot just think, okay, today I have done everything, I know everything, done. No, you need to keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. And there's a video recording available for the session. You can get it. No, I would not say that you need to start with Python. See, if Python is easy to understand, got it. But uh, JavaScript is equally simple. In Python and JavaScript, I would not say JavaScript is tough or Python is more simple. Both are loosely coupled languages, both are easy to understand. So I won't say just first spend time in Python and then you jump into HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Go straight away to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. They are not tough. You won't get scared if you start with HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. They are very simple. If React, you would be definitely scared. So that's why HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are not at all scary. You can directly go and start learning them. You don't need to first learn Python to get comfortable and then go to HTML, CSS. Nowhere needed. Yeah, if you want to learn Python, you're most welcome. Learn Python, but learning Python and then going for HTML is not needed. Creating project by mobile, tell me apps. Sorry, Neha, I'm not able to understand this question. Can you explain a little bit more? Rishikesh, there are many portals like Naukri, there's LinkedIn, there's Insta Hire. Uh, all of these portals are there. So you just need to keep trying, bro. This is it's just blocking me. Sorry. For some reason it blocks me all the time. Yeah. So coming back to it, Rishikesh. So there are many portals, but always luck and skill based. So keep developing your skill, keep applying for job. You'll get success, bro. Yeah. Any other questions? So coming back to Neha for the time being. Are you talking about mobile app development? To which apps you can create for mobile app development? Sample apps? Okay. Neha, to be honest, if you are just developing projects on your mobile phone, it would be really, really tough. I would need to check for the apps where you can just do the coding on the mobile itself. I'm also not aware, but if you talk about it, like every platform is uh, sorry, web compliant. So you can, if you want to learn from Geek for Geek, you can open it in your mobile. There would be maybe some app, particularly in the app store, if you search for coding practice app in mobile. Again, let me just try coding practice mobile app. To be honest, I have not tested these apps, but uh, you can give it a shot. Like, see Khan Academy. I know Khan Academy. I have seen their bite-sized interactive tutorial on the website. If they have an app, go for it. So I was already suggesting. Okay, coming back here, this Khan Academy, Solo Learn, Code Academy. If they have this mobile app as well, to be honest, I was also not aware that they are on the mobile side as well. So you can go ahead, install these apps, and start using them. I have been using them on the websites, but if you want, you can use them on the mobile side as well. Very good. Like Solo Learn, all these platforms are there. Code Hub, you'll see many apps. So today, like, we are on the mobile first approach. So you will have a lot of apps. But again, if you want to build a big project, Neha, if you want to build a big project alone on the mobile, you would not be able to do everything. Sorry, to be honest, like, you would need a laptop, because once your project is huge, just managing on the mobile, because mobile, it is user friendly, it has a limited RAM, it has a limited space, it cannot give you so much space to debug, to test, rebuild, deploy. All these things will not be possible. But if you want to learn, if you are starting, you can go for mobile. So to learn the concept, do some basic testing. But if you want to build a big project, you would need to switch to laptop only. So many are telling us what it's helpful for. Okay, so Teja, so when you are working for a MNC or any company, small scale, big scale, so it would not be just you who would be developing. So if I talk about, okay, let's come about this React, or let's say this Geeks for Geek website. So if I talk about this Geeks for Geek website, only 1% cannot create this whole website. See, it has so many features, so many things. A single person cannot do everything. So there would be like many. So you would have a team of 100 people working on a one particular app, one particular application, and each of you need to coordinate, work together to get that app running. So Git is one such interface. So you can push your code into Git so that it is available with others, so others can use it. GitHub is the repository, and they have their tool Git. So you can just manage versions of your app. There are a lot many things with the Git. It's like a complete session. We can go on Git as well. But if you're working on a big scale application, Git is much needed. So you need to have a basic understanding of Git. So it is not something a blocker for you to start your journey, but there are like 5, 7 major Git commands. If you know them, you would not be blocked. Only 5, 7 commands you need to know. But yeah, you need to know those 5, 7 commands. Okay, so these are the very basic and minimum things: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, Kunal. After that, you need to take up a framework or a library. As I was talking of React, Angular, Vue, take any of these things and start integrating third-party libraries and all. Coming back again to this. So these are the basic building blocks. After that, you need to take any of these frameworks. So once you have mastery of any of these frameworks, you'll be able to easily get a job. Yeah. So as Shivam is suggesting, Neha, go for solo learn. Give it a shot. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah. So okay. So I was talking about again, uh, creating your projects is the yes, Kunal. So this is something, after you know these things, you can easily get a job. And again, it will never be restricted here, because this is as you want to grow in your level. So this is like, if you want to get a job, this will get you a job. Now you want to increase your skill, keep increasing your skills to get a better job. So if you want to increase your skills, then you can again go for like web packs. So web pack, basically you want to deploy an application. So once you have created the application, you need to deploy it, you need to optimize it. So there are many tools, many things available. So that's on a high level. So once you start learning, you'll hear things, people talking about, oh, I'm using Rust, I'm using D3JS, I'm using this and that. So listen to these things and start exploring them. But to get initially job, those are not required. Again, after you have got job, you are working for 1 year or so, start absorbing, learning new things. Okay, so free course website, YouTube. Neha, always YouTube is my go-to place. Anything new I want to learn, I go to YouTube. After YouTube, I go to Google searches. So there would be some documentation available. So for example, if you want to learn about web designing, I think. So I was talking about, just go to YouTube and search for web designing. See, web designing, free full course you got from this person. So, just go have a look at it. See, free web design course for beginners, free course. It has 3.5 million views as well. So definitely 3.5 million, 35 lakh people have watched it. It would be good by default. I am 100% sure. Watch it. So again, there would be more courses, more videos, all of these things on YouTube would be available. Again, like here, there are articles you want to read. If you want to feel you are more comfortable reading, these are the articles for them. These would have hyperlinks to more articles, more books, and all these things. See, hyperlinks to more data. So data is abundant. कोई लिमिट ही नहीं है डेटा की आज के टाइम में. If you want to learn, you can easily find so much data. Paid is nowhere. You need to have a paid course or anything. YouTube, websites, tutorials, everything is free of cost available. Coursera, if I talk about, I'm coming back here. See, YouTube channel, all YouTube channels are free. Find GitHub repositories for yourself. So online communities, all these online communities are free of cost. If you have any questions, you post to these, people will reply you. These are all free of cost. Books, you can easily get the books PDF online as well. You don't need to purchase them. You can find online PDFs. Everyone has their documentation, which is always free of cost. This interactive tutorial, most of them are free only. Very rare I have seen these paid. So if they're paid as well, something is always free as well. So you can use them. Online courses like Coursera offers free courses as well. You need to check. Again, there are ample of free courses. You would never be stopped because free courses are not available. There are ample free courses. You can go ahead and take. Okay. Last question about something else. Okay. So I was discussing it again as well, that for HTML, take 1 week, roughly 1 week, because the very simple HTML you can easily cover up in 1 week. For CSS, give roughly 2 weeks, because you cannot master CSS, but you will have a very good understanding of CSS in 2 weeks. For JavaScript is very important and very in deep. So give 1 month to 1.5 months, 2 months as well in JavaScript. Learn the basic, learn the depth, learn the what's behind. So JavaScript, you can go for Namaste React series, Namaste JavaScript series. Learn these from these series, which give you a good understanding. So approximately in 2 months, you will be able to understand HTML, CSS, JavaScript with practice. Practice, guys, is very much important. After that, take a framework. If you take any framework, it will take 2 months roughly to understand and practice on that framework. So within 4 months, I would say you would be very confident yourself if you are doing it consistently, daily. In 2 months, you will be very confident to apply for jobs, to give interviews. So
Rahul, I think if and short of time, maybe one more question you can take up, and we can.
yeah, okay. Teja, it's same for you. Go for React, Angular, anything you feel more comfortable. So Rishikesh, yes, you can definitely put your internship in your resume. So it gives you that you have done something apart from just your normal studies. So always, I would say, always put your internships, anything extra apart from your basic study and degree, whatever you have done, put that. So resume gives you an edge over others, so that others know that you have done something more than what others have done. Degree everyone has done, but you have done something else. I would say you can go for Visual Studio Code for make project. Uh, Siddharth, you are on mute if you're speaking.
Oh, sorry. Perfect. I think there's so many questions, but unfortunately we ran short of time. Thank you so much, Rahul, for joining us today and for sharing your expertise with us. I believe everyone found this session useful. It's been quite interactive, one of the most interactive sessions we have had so far. So I think we were able to address most of the doubts and queries. Thank you everyone for joining in and making this a successful session. A quick reminder, please fill the feedback form. I posted it like 3 times. There are still 5, 6 of you, but I only see 2 entries in the feedback form. Please, guys, it's there in the chat box. Please fill it out. It really helps us to plan and improve the sessions. We can pass on these feedbacks to speakers like Rahul, who can prepare better and deliver good sessions for upcoming time as well. So please do fill it before you leave. It is again reiterating, it is very helpful for us. Coming to the sessions, you can also visit the Apna website. I've posted that link in the chat as well. You'll find the recording of this session and also the other sessions we have organized in the past. You can also check upcoming events and register for them there. Sorry, as mentioned earlier, we'll have these sessions every day. Tomorrow we have the session at 7 p.m. again. Hope to see you all in the next session. Thank you again, Rahul, so much for your time and for doing this. We owe, good night, everyone, and have a great evening.
Thanks all. Thanks Siddharth and Sneha for the opportunity. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.